Hey guys, okay, here's something you don't see every day. I'm going to show you the admin panel passwords for 100 websites, right, that we just put up. Okay, so like for the duration of this video's production, you'd be able to log into any one of them and do whatever you wanted. But not just that, I'm going to show you the passwords we're going to change them to. And of course, after I'm done with the video and render it, I'm going to redo the process to change them again so that they're secure. All right. But I'm going to show you how this is done so that you can understand the value of it because it's really cool to be able to do things this easily. So we're going to start there. This is going to be one of the easiest things to do. So we're just going to start there. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is open up, let's say 25 of these 100 websites. I want to open all 100. It takes a while to do, right? So I'm just starting right here and I'm going to hit Pages Viewer and go with Chrome instead of Firefox and let it open. I just prefer Chrome. Chrome to me is cool and less happening on Chrome. I use Firefox for all my intense tools in the top bar, but I use Chrome just for normal stuff. So I'm gonna let that load up. I'll kill this new tab and just let these 25 websites load up. They're doing that right now. They're starting to. Okay, so as they get going, then we'll come back. And the first thing we're gonna do is explore how the username and password works and how the security key works, and then how fast we can change them all. Okay, because really it's something like no time. Not really, but you'll see this is really cool and efficient. All right, so let me go ahead and pause, just let these things load up real quick. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna show you how this works, right? Dash garagedoorrepair.net, and then we have dash garagedoorreplacement.com, and so on. Okay, so I just have a bunch of domains up, a bunch of websites up. Here's how you would normally log in. Let's say you wanted to change something. Let's say you wanted to change the order of the pages or something like that. You want to move the order. Who knows what you want to do, or you want to switch to a different logo from the list of logos available, or you want to change the position of this thing from the right to the center to the left. Whatever you want to do, you need to log into the website, right? So normally we go to /administrator. Okay, and that brings you to this login page, and then you would type username admin. Okay, now this would be a pain if I'm told, hey, go do this change to all 100 websites, especially if they have different passwords, right? Okay, but this makes sense. This is how you have to do this. If you were going to go to 100 WordPress websites, then you're going to the /wp-admin page and you're going to type in whatever the username and password are. And if they have different passwords, they have different passwords. You have to look them up on a list. So let's open our list. We're actually going to do it. So this is our GDR, Garage Door Repair, admin panel passwords. I'm going to open it. Okay. And here you go, right? So for each domain, whatever it is, it's got an admin password, a password for logging in to the admin panel, and it's got a secret key, whatever secret key I assigned. Okay, so let me just show you the wildness here. I'm going to just take this away for a minute. Okay, let's put the page back up because I don't even know what the password is. -garagedoorrepair.net. Now, I like doing things alphabetically. I recommend doing it because then you can use that as your key for your images folders, typography folders, global variables, pages, everything. You have everything arranged alphabetically so you know where everything goes. Okay, so there it is, -garagedoorrepair.net. So this should be the password. Let's just see if that works, if I got it right. -garagedoorrepair.net. There's the password. Okay, and it's correct. I need to save it because I'm going to change it. Now, if I look, here's the security key, this thing over here. And that, by the way, is this thing right here. Okay, so it is what I wanted it to be. Okay, now if you were just logging into the panel itself like this, and you wanted to change the security key to something new, just hit generate key, and it will change this to something new randomly. You can't type it in, but you can generate a new key. Okay. Now, if you didn't notice what the key was about, I'll get to it in just a moment. Here's the point I want to make. When you log into the admin panel, you are on the dashboard. That is right here, dashboard. You have all of your icons. Some of them are duplicated up in here. Okay. modules for things like emails, videos, image gallery, different things there. And they coordinate with the stuff down here, okay? So anyway, there's these things. Some of these you'll never use probably, like bulk export utility. It's so old-fashioned, really. I don't even know if it works anymore. I just don't know. It may, but I don't know. You can read about it. You can give it a crack, see what you think. Having said that, if I want to change the password, I would go to site admin. That's either right here in the blue bar or right here. It's the same thing. It goes to the same place. Okay? And by going there, slow, but I'm not surprised. I got 25 tabs open. I can type in my new password and then repeat it and hit update, right? There you go. That's how I would change the password. So how would I change on the next website? Just remembering, right? /administrator. Login, admin, login with, what is that? -garagedoorreplacement.com, which is this password here in my list. So I'm going to type, I'm going to go. Takes me to the dashboard. I don't want to be on the dashboard. I want to be here. And then I can type in my new password and update, right? There you go. Now this is a pain and this takes a little while, right? It's some effort, okay? Takes some time. And then if I want to generate a new key while I'm in here, I need to generate it, okay? And after it's generated, I need to copy that somewhere and paste it into my file, okay? Because it won't be a key I wanted, right? It'll be whatever the key is going to be, paste, right? So I've got to create my new key. I've got to like overwrite the old key or whatever it is, okay? There you go, clear contents, right? So that's how I would normally have to do that. Let's talk about doing it the other way, okay? That'll be the end of this, description. Oh, by the way, let me explain the security key in case you don't know, right? Everything in here is in the administrator section, okay? So dashboard is index.php. If I'm logged out and try to go to this URL, it redirects me to login tab. And when I log in, it redirects me to index.php, which puts me right here on the dashboard. So it doesn't matter what page I try to reach, like this one. Say I wanted to go right here, okay? Can I go right there? No. If I sign out and I try to sign back in, you know, thinking, wait a minute, let me just go right to that big variables page. Okay, it brought me to login page, fine. GarageDoorRepair.net dash GarageDoorRepair.net. Okay, so I'm going to put that, okay. And guess what? It put me back on the dashboard. So I still have to click the button over here to get on that page to do anything, right? That's kind of a pain. It takes time. One thing we determined when we were working with our workers was every time we tell them go through 100 websites and log in and make a change or download certain things or whatever, go to this page and select rows to download and download from rows 15 through 114. So like select, you know, from 15 and give me 100 rows from there. Download and then whatever, right? So they have to log in and get on this page. We found that time is lost logging in. Time is lost going to the administrator page, being redirected to login page, filling it in, being redirected to the index page, and then having to click the link you wanted. And we said, is there a better way to get to a page in the admin area? And we said, yes, take any URL, anything ending in .php. Right after the PHP, if there's anything there, get rid of it. Like for instance, if you come here and you're going to go somewhere, okay, just custom underscore HTML. But if I want to edit a certain page, I guess, let me just see. Yeah, take a look. Edit ID equals 7. Okay, that's a little much. But do you see that question mark? Okay. If I want to get just to the content section, okay, then I can just deal with it from there. I can do like so. Takes me here at least, right? But take a look. Right after .php, always do this. Question mark, key equals, and guess what the key would be? Your security key. So I'm going to double click it, paste, whoops. Let me get it right. Okay. Yeah, key equals. Okay. Now, let me copy that. Where would I keep that? I would keep that on my list of URLs to visit. Control V. Does that seem weird? It doesn't have to. Does that seem hard? No. And I'll show you why in a minute. But first, let me show you what it means. It means this. Let me sign out. Okay. Let's say I was back on the main page of the site. And let's say I tell my guy, hey, I need you to log into these panels and go make these changes. Okay. If he just has to copy this or even click it if it's clickable, right? And he just goes right there, takes him exactly there where I wanted him to be. What if I wanted him to be on the big variables page? Then it would not be content.php, it'd be big variables.php. Look at that, it's clickable. So first, let me log back out because when I use the key, it logs me in. I am totally logged in. I can go anywhere in the admin panel, so I gotta log back out, right? It's the same thing. No, it's the next one over. All right, so again, just, making the point here, okay? If I do this, it takes me right where I want it to be. In this case, on that big variables.php page, so that my guy can do whatever he needs to do, or I can do it, right? But it's easy. So how do we make that work inside the panel? Well, if you know anything about Excel, clear contents, there's some pretty easy ways to pull this off. I don't even clear, I'll use as a model. Watch this. I'm gonna say this just to make the point. This cell equals, and we'll start with this in double quote, https:// double quote, ampersand to mean and. So it equals https in double quotes. It means quote it literally like that. Put it in quotes. This is going to equal that and this, which is the URL here, and more stuff in quotes because it's all going to be the same now. /administrator/ big variables.php. So in quotes, /administrator/ big variables.php. Bear with me if this seems weird. Question mark key equals end quotes and the secret key. BAP. You see what I just created? A URL for this website. And if I copy it, okay, let me see if it works. Okay. First, I got to make sure I copied it, not the formula. Yeah, take a look. If I got everything right in my syntax, then it logs right in. Now that was almost all the work I had to do, because what about the rest of the websites? Well, watch this. I'm going to take that formula I just created, grab this guy here, drag it down, and it knew what I wanted. It filled it all in for me. See that? Every different website with every different key. What if I change a key? See how I'm right here? And it ends in 261. What if I change this key to like 319? Yeah, it updated that the 319. It updated it. Okay. Now, what if I say, okay, I want to just get the hard-coded version of this? Because look, you can tell that this is a formula really. This is a formula really. If you want, you can do this. I'm going to copy it. And I'm just going to paste it like, let's say right here, okay? But I'm going to paste it as values. And pull this to stretch it out, okay? Now these are those values, okay? They're the exact URLs in print, okay? So just so you know, that's cool. Now it does mean this. If I go changing one of these again, like let's say I changed the 209 to something, okay? We're going to make it like, I don't know, 841, right? Okay, that changed because it's a formula. This did not change because it's a value. So if I do just change one of these like that, I might copy this and paste it over the top, or I might copy the whole thing because I made multiple changes and just paste as values, the whole thing. That way I got all the ones I changed. Okay, that much makes sense, right? Now you wouldn't keep this stuff right here in this file. I would cut this off and paste it into wherever I want to keep this. Could be a worksheet, by the way. Okay, and you could do that. You could call this like worksheet, or like direct URLs. Okay, and that way you know what's going on. And yeah, you can get rid of the empty space at the top if you want, but I like leaving them aligned, right? In case I want to come back and make changes. That shouldn't be here. Delete. So do you understand what we just did? We created a list of perfectly easy URLs to visit, right? That any programmer or me can just click one after the next, after the next, after the next. And remember what I said about our T to H program opening these URLs that are in column A? Well, watch. If I copy this and I just put it starting at the top, okay? No holes in the array. Make sure no holes here, right? In the details, okay? Then watch this. If I go to T to HA and I say open those, it's going to be 5 pages, right? Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just open right like that. And that's what they're doing. They're opening right now. 24-hour version repair, whatever this one is. That's opening right now. And it would open quicker if I didn't have all these tabs open already, right? That open, that open, that open. Do you see how much faster it is to flip from tab to tab to tab and make all your changes really quick? Okay, whatever it is you want to do. So that's pretty cool, right? All right, so now that I did all that, let me get rid of those. Whoops. Okay, I want to show you the magic here, okay? The cool magic. So because now you understand this, so let's just show you this part, which is so awesome, and then I'll wrap it up. That's this. Let me get out of here. So you guys understood the point of the password and the security key. If I were to go in and manually update those, I am stuck right here going from one to the next to the next to the next on my browser, keeping them in order, hoping I don't accidentally miscopy something, copy from the wrong row and paste in the wrong place. Okay. And it would take like a minute each website, basically, right, to do both parts. Change the password, save the information, change the security key, copy and paste. Good, save it, go to the next URL. And do the same login procedure, right? Not anymore. Here we go. We got our admin panel passwords and our panel access. Watch this. I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need this. I just showed you how to do this so you could use it. Now, let's say I wanted to change all these passwords. I'm afraid of some hacker coming. How am I going to throw them off? Here's the simple way to do it. I would take the top entry and cut it. Come to the bottom and insert cut cells. And I just did it. Everything got shifted by one. Everything bumped up one. So this used to have that keyword, but now it has this keyword, and no hacker would know that. If he figured this out, now he comes back to log in, it's just not the same anymore, and he wouldn't realize what happened, okay? All right, you might think, well, what if he tries the numbers? He would have to know to try the numbers, but you don't need to worry about that either, because you can change these any other way you want. Watch this. Here's another way to do it that's even better. Say everywhere there's a capital T, I'm going to make it a capital P, Control H, right? Change all capital T, say, to a capital P, T. And I might say in my options, I might say match case. So it matches. Capital goes to capital, lowercase goes to lowercase within the sheet, just this sheet. Replace all. Guess what? I just replaced them. What else could I change? I could change my V to, let's say my capital V, I want it to be something like this. Lowercase m, number 0, capital R. There, I just changed that. What if I've got numbers like 1 something, 130 or 140? I could change all my 1s to like an 8. Okay. I could change all my, 2s to a like W. Okay, literally you can change all your passwords any which way you want. I could even do this when I'm done. I could like cut the top several off. right? Just to throw anybody off that would have partial list, wouldn't know how far down I went down that list, so they just get frustrated even if they tried. But look, I got them all done. Now I've got my list of the admin passwords and secret keys for all these websites, 100 of them, and that's all I had to do. Watch this. I'm going to save it. It's my GDR admin panel passwords page, right? Okay, let me close up. And I'm going to go to my Varsheet-Installer, go to my admin information tab, make sure I'm still logged in. I'm going to import that feed file. See that? Choose file. I'm going to drag and drop it. So let me go see it. You can drag and drop all these files. As long as you can see it, you can drag and drop it. So watch. I'm going to grab and drag. Just make sure the arrowhead of your pointer goes on the button. If you miss, if you put the bottom part on, it'll just download in the corner. It'll download down here on your own computer. But if you get the arrowhead, you point into the button and let it go, you see it here. That's what you needed. Import. Now guess what? It's working. I know it two different ways. If I look at the top left, I see the spinning wheel. If I look at the bottom left, I see it says waiting for Varsheet-Installer.com, ... It will take basically 3 minutes for those 200 total changes. Okay, so like 66 changes a minute. It's basically making a change every second. Literally, that's more efficient. Not just that, what's even more efficient than that? I can go get a refill on my coffee. I can leave and go somewhere else. I do not need to wait. I can just go. All right. That is called efficient. Everything now for your 100 websites, whether you're uploading new images, whether you're uploading changes on your feed files, whether you're running new big sitemaps on the files, whether you're pinging the sitemaps or changing passwords and security codes, you just upload the file that you prepared and walk away. So whether you're doing it on 5 websites or 100 websites or 1,000 websites, doesn't matter at all. Okay, you just upload your file and walk away. Okay, that is insane power, and that level of control, right, doesn't exist on the internet. You're starting to see what it's all about now. Anyway, okay, it's done. And I just got back in the room. I did refill the coffee. So let me show you. It says file imported successfully. Click here to see files. Doesn't really mean anything right now other than you'll see your file. Now, let's go take a look at what that means, right? Let's go back to our websites, okay? Now, whatever website I was on or any other website, let's say I want to log in, okay, /administrator, okay? If I wanted to log in directly with a password, okay, I'm logged in, let me sign out. I gotta make sure that this works the right way. Now, I could have also kept the old password in my list so that I could show you how different it was. I suppose I could reverse engineer what those passwords were by playing this backwards, where I changed the letters and the numbers. But nah. I'm just going to show you what you expect anyway. Seeing's blaming, right? So these are all the new things, right? Only took a couple of minutes to make all those changes on autopilot. That is nice, okay? Where was I? Right here. Okay. -garagedoorrepair.net. Duh. Okay. Let's find it. Then I'll change all this again. -garagedoorrepair.net. Okay. That should be it now. Okay. Let's make sure. Yep. And trust me, the old password no longer works. There was only room in the database for one password. Same for one security key. See how it's obviously different, right? And if you take a look, that's it. This wild, wild security key. As you can imagine, that means that the new security key works and the older one does not work, okay? Like, let me try to do this again. I might actually still have this in memory, right? In my browser memory. Yeah, take a look. -garagerepair.now-administrator, blah, blah, blah. So let me go here real quick. Yeah, see that? Now it takes me to the login page. It used to work. Now it doesn't. So what do I need it to be? I need it to be this new key. Ready? Let me do that again. Big, big. Okay, there. Now, let's change that key to the new key. Drum roll there. Ta-da. Okay, so practical applications. 1, security. Every once in a while, come and change these things. Then you can update your users if you have users. Otherwise, you just have this file for yourself. That way, anybody who's been trying to brute force crack your passwords is just going to have to start all over again. So if you do this once a week, you'll keep everyone at bay. They'll give up on your sites really fast. They're wasting their time. Second piece to the puzzle. If you did want to hire some other guys to do some work temporarily in here, you could temporarily change the passwords. You could even make them all one password for ease. Then when you're done, change it back. Or keep the password, whatever you want, but you can change the security key and make it the same security key for everybody. It could be ABC123. And then when the guys are done doing whatever they were supposed to do, right? And then you come back to it, then you can change it to anything you want. Could you make a separate page, call it backup, okay? Or original, and then just copy all this in there. Yeah, Control-C, Control-V. By the way, if you hadn't noticed, I did change some of my stuff in the regular domain names, at least in one place. I thought I might have done it in several, but apparently just the one, right? This should be 24 or not W4. I don't know how that happened. But that's the only change I see, actually. So I must be very random. Oh, well. All right. So that could be my backup. That way I can come here and just change everything for the time being, right? Because I got a guy, ABC123. Now, if I try to drag that down, it might auto number, and it does. So I'll fix that by creating 2. That way when I drag the 2 down, it cannot change it anymore. It realizes that's what I want. Okay. I had somebody once say, what about the auto numbering thing? When you go 1, doesn't that mean that anyone knows this has to be 2? The answer is no. Watch this. Let's say I want to make it like every 7th. So I'm going to make that an 8. 121 to 128. Drag that down. Guess what? It understood that's what I want. It adds 8, 8, 8, or 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 all the way down. So if somebody was trying to go from ABC121 and they thought there must be an ABC120, there's not. If they thought there must be an ABC122, there's not. And they might try 123 just in case. Nothing there. So yeah, and you can make those numbers as big as you want. You could go from 121 to 398 and then drag that down. Of course, you'll get more digits in the end, but that's totally up to you, right? Having said that, you could just say, like tech up D 1212, or just tech up D, okay? And then just drag that down, all right? Let them visit those URLs directly. You can create that list and change the secret, create the list of URLs for them, send it to them. Say, click each URL, download these things, change these things. Then when they're done, just rerun your backup. And by rerunning your backup, you will also be recreating these passwords just in case those techs happen to change any passwords while they were logged in, because they thought they'd like to see if they could come back later and look it through better. You don't want to let them? Right. So after they get done with their work, even if they did change an MM panel password just to get in the old-fashioned way, right? When you run this again, by copying it, you got to copy it, right, from your backup tab. It's got to be on the tab with the right name, okay? Be aware of that, right? It's got to be on the tab with the right name. But then that way, when you upload it, you will recreate your own admin panels passwords as well as your own security keys, and they won't be able to get in either way, okay? There you go. So this is so you can grant people access, you can revoke it, you can allow them to have their own passwords, and you can still work around them and do stuff with the security key, or let them do both. It doesn't matter. You can update their keys for them, update their passwords for them if they lost it. That's how easy this is. Do you have to do all 100 at once? Of course not. You make copies of this that only have the one website you need to update, or the 2, or the 3, or you can do 1,000 on this one file. It's totally whatever you need. Okay, so you make copies of this. It doesn't have to have this name. You can have anything at once, you know? It just has to have the right tab name here. And since that process doesn't know to look at other tab names, it won't recognize this one. It'll just ignore it. It'll only work with panels access for this, right? That's one thing you'll notice when you download the samples, download sample, is that each one of these different tools has its own tab names, right? To keep things separate and operating properly. Okay, so make sure you use the right tab names. If you ever upload and something doesn't work, probably it's the tab name. All right, if you thought everything else is correct, then it's probably the tab name. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off and then reset those passwords. Okay.